All right, guys. It's Saturday morning. Not as early as I wanted to be out here, but I had to do a few other things. I am underneath the 61 Rampside, where I wanted to be working a long time ago. But so I am going to finish cleaning everything and fix some of this kind of correctly. I'll show you what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to take these, I'm cutting and removing all these pieces they welded in here, and there's stuff to weld in and fix. I noticed some other problems. I'm going to clean everything. Some of this that I did paint over, I got to clean a little better on there, and go from there. I'll show you what I'm working on. All right, guys. Now, I showed you stuff before. I got to clean all that grease off that's under here. I got to cut these out. There's one there because the floor they put in goes the opposite way. There's another one there, and it's sharp. It's sharp on here. They're just chopping through it in there. Another one there. Clean all the grease that you can write your name on off of it. I am going to put down. They don't even have them down the center. Nice. Sorry, I keep moving around my light. They don't have them down the center nice, because I'm going to move them over a little bit. And the reason they have them in there as a stiffener is because there's nothing on this floor. I hate to touch it because it's so greasy. But I'm going to I might take these back off, because now I'm not in crunch time to get it out to Palm Springs. And I might put maybe I'll put the piece of angle in here a little bit better and redo that. I'm going to spend a little time on that. And I'm going to go from about here, each spot here. I think I got a piece, I forget what it is, 1x2 or something like that. And I'm going to put it on an angle here, and I'll fill the ends of them in and bring them up to these sides here on here, and I'll cut them to fit right on there and put welder on there. So I'm going to put them from there on each side, and I'm going to come straight down. Now these ones here is too far that way, and that one's going to go that way a little more. I'm just doing this for floor stiffening because the floor ribs go the opposite wrong way on this one, because they put a truck floor in here. And either I'm going to tack them to this, or I will, it depends. If I can tack them, weld them enough to the floor without burning it through too bad. I don't want to burn it through really and have to repaint the whole floor, but we'll see what I'm gonna do. I don't know if I wanted to drill. I was talking about drilling holes through and putting some carriage bolts, like stainless steel ones through, and bolt it, or think about that, which way I want to go. Like I said, then I'll put them between these sides here, and I'll clean all this up, put some weld around it, nice. And I'm gonna come all the way. I have to see where the gas tank went here. Now this is where the existing floor was. The actually ribs went the correct way that they chopped out here. And I'm gonna bring it somewhere up into here to this mess. That's what my plan is, so that floor has some strength to it. Because I know when you go down the road, you can hear something bang, because there's nothing holding it but around the edge. And then this is bracket, or this piece that holds your venting up. Besides, the venting's kind of toasted here. I'll see if I can put something on that, patch that plastic up with something. I'll make a new strap for there. There's actually one here that's actually missing. I'll make one for there. I'll get that fixed up. I actually got new line. I got new set of these brake cables for here. I have a new set of them to put on there now. I'll do that. I will clean up this here stuff on a lot of this. I'm gonna clean it up, paint it. That's weird. There's a screw just hanging there. Poke through. Weird. I keep finding stuff here. Anyways, I'll clean this up and paint it, and I'm gonna paint it all and then put undercoat, I think, on a bunch of this stuff here. We'll see. Some people don't say don't undercoat, but I'm gonna clean the rust and paint it with Rust-Oleum. And up here, I have to, I just did a kind of a quick clean, but not clean it really good, you know. I didn't finish cleaning everything because I was just kind of doing this to get it to the show. So I'll clean the rest of this up real good. Not right now. Once I get the back together, I'll take these brake backer plates off and sandblast and paint all that. Get all this all cleaned up, greased up. And then I got a problem up here now. Big hole to weld up in here. And I noticed that somebody had taken them off. There's a bracket that goes from there, I think up to there, it's missing. And I noticed that what really caught my attention was on this side is the holes for this bracket. You can really see it was one on this side here, but these two holes here, you can see, you probably can't see, but I can see that there was a bolt in there that was removed because it's nice and clean in the hole. So somebody had taken them off, and I know it wasn't the guy I got it from. Yeah, look at the holes under this thing. And they just chopped it badly and just left it all. I'll clean that up, and like that, I'll paint all that, and I'm just gonna undercoat it and call it good enough. You know, there's a big hole there. Like I said, I'll wire wheel and clean all that. Here's another big hole that was patched, and then they sprayed their grease on there and they call that fixed. But what I'll do is I'll clean all the grease off. I will wire wheel all the sharp crap off around it. I'm gonna put a coat of Rust-Oleum on there, black Rust-Oleum, and I'm gonna just undercoat, because this is a wheel well here. I will clean that wheel well out, wire wheel everything out of there, just knock the loose stuff off. That'll get all undercoated. So I think I'll be doing a lot of undercoating, but I wanna pull a lot of these wires and stuff off because I don't wanna paint it over everything, you know, so much. So, I mean, I got this kind of cleaned in here pretty well, but you know, up in there is all real good. But there's some spots that, like, you can see right there. I didn't get that spot cleaned. So I'll be going ahead and redoing all that, anything I missed, to make it nicer. So that is where I'm gonna be living under here for the next, I don't know, 3-4 days, just at least cleaning under here for a few days straight, getting this cleaned up. That's where I'm at now. And then I'm gonna do all the new brake lines in here right away. Wrap the wiring harness. It's not bad, it's pretty good. The wires underneath it were real good, but you know, like, it seems fine here, but I might wrap it over it too. So that's what I'm at, that's what I'm working on here. Work myself from the back to front to back, here, there, and just get this, get it kind of fixed up more correctly and right. Okay, so this was all kind of the mechanism that when you pull your emergency brake or e-brake, whatever you call it, you pull your brake up in the front of your, this is in the 61 Rampside. I suppose it worked the same thing on a Greenbrier too. When you pull it, it's got the cable, it attaches to here and pulls everything. It pulls your two cables in the back to lock your brakes in the rear. And this was all pretty not moving. These pins in here that go through here, and it takes a cable each way to the back. They were rusted in really well. Everything was pretty much not moving. So I take it, when you pull your emergency brake and you pull it, if it's not pulling evenly, it's probably just locking up maybe one brake and not the other. It needed to all be redone and cleaned up. I'm gonna paint everything, oil it. I will have to put a new spring. This spring here is just about rotted off. I said this vehicle originally was from Florida, so this one's shot. This one may be okay on here, but I'll see if I can get a new one. So I cleaned it all up, I sandblasted it. I actually took my flapper disc and got any sharpness edges off of anything. There's really no wear on it, but I just touched it up, rounded anything that was sharp that would keep it from when it's moving to catch anything. So That is that. I'll finish cleaning. I missed a couple little spots on here, but I'll just hit that with a flapper, clean it up, or wire wheel, and give this all good spray. These were really hard to get. These weren't the ones. These were all rusted in there real well, and they got broken off, and I had to punch the holes out on these. But we'll put this all to get it finished, cleaned up, and get a paint job on it. When I put it together, I'll put a little dot of oil on all this stuff anyways. I mean, it made it through all these years. It'll make it through another 50. So hey guys, I'm really going at it now. I took all the wires off and the cables, and I tied them up, pulled them to the side. I got this one out already. I cut this one out. I'll have to cut those and clean those up without damaging this. This is kind of pitted, a bunch of holes in it, but drill holes too. But I got my piece of tin in there so I don't cut into the bed to protect it. I will work on this one. This one's a little harder because I don't want to cut into the plastic venting here. And I don't know what they did here. They drilled into a hole in here. I can see it's a fresh drill hole. I don't know what that's about. Yeah, I don't know what they got going on there. Somebody, I don't know if they were trying to, one of their thoughts maybe for putting their fuel pump on. I don't know. Because they had it, maybe they did have it screwed there because they had, that's probably what they did. I'd have to go back and look at one of my videos. I think that's what they did. That was where the fuel pump was because the fuel line's here. So I'll probably just go ahead and weld that back in, that garbage. So it's barely even on there. And yeah, I got that one off. And all this grease under here. I will get these cut and cleaned up and clean the grease. I got my metal plate in there to protect so I don't cut into it. And just hammer time. All right, so we gotta get pretty creative getting this stuff out without destroying anything. I got that pretty nice. I just gotta clean it up. That's that in a little bit. I could just probably pull that down. So I use my plate and piece in there to keep it from damaging anything. You know, and here I can't use my cutoff wheel because I don't want to cut any of this. I'm doing a pretty good job without damaging anything best I can. So it's a bugger, but we'll get her. So I'm trying to get the rest of this off. It's kind of fun. Not fun at all. But I'm just doing the best I can without trying to damage anything. I don't want to damage any of the existing. I just want to get their baloney off of here and just improve the whole thing, make it look better. I think if I can cut that a little closer to here without hitting it, I could probably bend this off like I did the last one over here. Check that. There we go. Got that part out. The rest of that I can clean up. Now this side here is harder because I got this stuff in the way. But we'll keep nibbling little pieces off at a time, clean it up, and then we'll wipe all this grease off. All right, here's what I gotta remember. I have the fuel line. I will be replacing it, but I'm gonna pull this out of here now, some of it. Goes around here. The clip up in there, comes down. No clip. And there's one clip back here. Back right there. So I'm just gonna kind of bend that out of my way. It's gonna be replaced. I gotta remember all this stuff where it goes though. Yeah. Who we got here? Uh-oh. Hey, Geronimo.
Morning, Bing.
I'm just under here having fun. Hi, guys. Well, I did something I didn't want to do. I'm kind of upset about it, but there's nothing I can do now about it. This here cable for the brakes, the emergency brakes. I was cutting that off, went to cut this off out here with the cutoff wheel, and I should have wrapped this with a piece of metal. and I'm like, you know, I didn't. And I went to cut it and it bumped a little bit and just touched it, and I cut a couple of little cables there. And it really, really upsets me, but there's nothing I can do about it. I've welded cable before, and I might try to weld it, but it's gonna be kind of hard to do it here. I'd probably have to pull this off and pull it down, clean it, and see if I can give it a little zap enough and clean it up. Let me see. I would think that the brakes are off, so when you pull it, it's gonna go up into there. And it's just like two little cables, 3, but cable's hard to weld. I can weld it, but I might just try it. I do have a new cable I can put in, but I'm just really upset with myself. But you know what? I definitely should have known better. I should have wrapped it with, I could have put something over it. I could have shielded it a little bit, but it's done now. All right, so I'm gonna weld it. I know I'm probably just gonna change it anyways, but I'm just for shits and giggles. My dad always used to try to fix everything. I know. There's probably about 4 cables that were cut. I had wire wheeled this. I had took brake cleaner, cleaned it real well. I'm gonna warm it up a little bit. And I suggest nobody do this, you know, but I'm just gonna play with it and just see what it looks like, you know. I should just change it. I have one, I probably will just change it. Let's just see what it's gonna look like though. I'm gonna heat it up a little bit too before I even go ahead and put any weld on it. I know these guys are like, this is stupid, don't do that. No, everyone's shaking their head. But I'm gonna just try it. It's gonna take me 10 minutes out of my time. And I got air holes here to cool it off a little bit, but I'm just gonna warm it up. You know, it might make it brittle with a welder, you know? But I'll weld it or bend it around and screw around with it, and that's what I wanna do is what I wanna do. Doing that to get any other crap that's in there out. If there's any oil or anything like that out. And hard to see here. And that's the reason I cut it, because I couldn't see and it jumped a little bit on me. Yeah, she's hot. Cables are crap to weld because of that. Okay, blow it off. More than likely, you know, it's junk. It's junk, but I just want to play with it and see. Seems like it welded okay. I don't know if I should put any more on there or not. Is there any chance for any more coming loose? Did I get it all? I'll put just a dab there, maybe. Maybe I should leave it alone. A lot of times you just make it worse. I'm gonna go for my weld this way just a little bit. Blow her off. Looks pretty good the first time. I wasn't sure if I missed a wire or, you know. Just say, don't do this. I'm just playing around, wasting time probably. I want to clean that up a little bit and pull emergency brake and see where it's at, or just leave it for now. I remember I did that. All right, so I got it all cleaned out. Here's my unfinished side that you can. You know, it's just covered with grease. It's like they sprayed this down with grease and threw it on there. So I gotta clean out under there. It was sprayed up under. This is the side I have to do. This is the side I just cleaned. Now, I spent, I don't know, probably an hour and a half under here just cleaning this area here. And I had to get her way back in there. I cleaned this saw. This was all sprayed up with stuff. This is the section I did, and a couple of spots on there I think I might have missed a little bit when I cleaned it. It's pretty good. Now, do I just leave it painted or do I undercoat all this? I don't know. You know, do I paint it first and then undercoat, or just paint it and leave it? The areas back in here, I'm definitely gonna undercoat all that after I paint it, after I wire wheel it and clean it. I wire wheel all this the best I can just to get the majority of everything off. And then same with these. Well, this is still greased up. This one I got cleaned. I will wire wheel that, paint it all. And this here area has like undercoating on it. So I think that from here on over, I'll just clean all the rough stuff off. And now we get all undercoated, I think, or painted. Maybe I painted first. That's what I did in the back. I painted everything and then I sprayed some undercoat on it. It's getting there. I got this little section done, like I just showed you. I'm wearing rubber gloves. You gotta be careful because these little pieces that they have going this way in here, they're about 3/4 of an inch wide. I don't know if they put them in there for strengtheners. It looks great, like maybe it was some of this floor, they just cut some strips with a cutoff wheel and tacked them in there because they're sharp as crap. They didn't even edges of these things. They didn't even wire wheel them or nothing. Jesus, it's just crap. Crap. So when I'm wearing my gloves, I gotta watch so I don't cut my fingers open. I can wire wheel it first to get it off of there, but then it throws grease everywhere. So I'm just being careful. I will hit those sharp things there with the wire wheel just to try to get the sharpness off of them. So this section's pretty good, ready to be wire wheeled. I'll go to this section and anywhere else on this thing. Right now, I'm gonna take care of all the grease, get that done. So Monday morning, I'll be out here bright, well, in the dark, get these doors open, get the fans going, and just make a big mess. And hopefully tomorrow, I can get this all wire wheeled up and then start welding, working on doing what I really enjoy is welding. And there's a big weld project to do up there too, up under the driver's side front. All right, so I got this all back together, cleaned up real nice. These things were pretty much, these ones wouldn't move. A lot of this stuff was rusted in there pretty good. This spring is rusted beyond anything over here. I found them on Clark's. Hopefully they're the same. This one's probably okay. It's getting a little thin, but you can get these on Clark's. This one, I think, this big one was like $4, and this one was like $4.79, the little one. The little one didn't look correct though to me. I do have one here. I think for $4, I just order one. It's Monday morning. It's going on 7. I've been out here for a while. I've been doing some cleaning up some of my tools and stuff, putting them away. I spent Sunday 10 hours under here. I got everything cut out, all that metal junk cut out, and then cleaned. I had spent probably 5 hours with rag, with lacquer thinner in my hand, cleaning all that grease that's smeared up everywhere under here. Anywhere they did patches, they smeared it up with grease. I don't know how they got it on there, if they have like some sort of a spray, some kind of, because a lot of it was thick. I used a putty knife and scraped it off. And we got that all done, and or I got that all done. I am still kind of upset that I nicked that cable. I'll show that to Gary and he'll be like, and I know he's going to come back to bite you in the butt, you know, later. So I'll probably, you know, I have one. I'll just change it, you know. I just wanted to see if I could fix it. And that one upsets me, but it is what it is. I was sore last night because I was in here the whole 10 hours. I didn't stop the whole day. I was sore tired, my shoulders, and then it was 45 days ago, I think it was September 27th it was, when I picked up that white 64 from Scottsdale that we bought. When I slipped a rib, I thought I like fractured or popped or cracked a rib. When you lay down, that's when it, yeah, so 45 days and it's still, the pain is, you know, it's there. It's getting a little better. The first couple of weeks was pretty bad, but now it's wire wheel. I'm gonna wire wheel. As far as even cleaning with the rigs, I cleaned underneath this sides too here, all the way, because they had it smeared up. I think I got it all. You know, 7 hours now I can wire wheel for under here. If I get it all cleaned up, I may want to pull, I don't know if I want to risk losing this thing off the lift. I really would like to pull one wheel off at a time, bring this down, pull a wheel off and get the front suspension in here cleaned and pull off the backer plate and get that blasted. At least get it all cleaned as much as I can, because I don't want to go back later after I have this thing painted, start cleaning it. I mean, the ultimate thing would be have the rear axles on and get the tires on there. Go ahead and pull the fronts off and then get that cleaned. But we'll see what I can get done this week. They're talking rain Friday, Saturday, but we'll just keep cranking on her. Been under 2.5 hours through, I don't know, 6, 7 wire wheels, blew everything off, trying to get the suspension all cleaned up, everything that I had painted up here. I kind of ran out of wire wheels and stuff, so I kind of painted some stuff that I shouldn't have painted. I'm just completely cleaning everything off here, this front suspension, everything forward. So yeah, I'll go back under there, go back at it, turn into a pig pen here. Big mess. Like I said, I'm getting everything. It's dusty a little bit still. I blew it off, but we're going over everything here again. Everything is getting wire wheeled and cleaned, and I'll get in there. I don't know. I probably won't do these vacuum plates. I'll take those off and sandblast them. So, but I am trying to get everything up in here, everything as much as I can. I went and wire wheeled some of it lightly, did what I could with the couple wire wheels I had left. And then, you know, some of it I did real good under the gas tank and all that, but as it worked out here, ran out of wire wheels, so I had just kind of sprayed it, but now I'm just ripping her back down to what all comes off. I did get this all fairly clean in here. I will have to run my flapper wheel on there. I'll cut my pieces to put in between here if I don't want to do that, and weld them in here. And maybe if I do a bolt or something to keep this forward from going like that when I go down the road. I should probably just pull that cable out since I got to remove it anyways. It's not a perfect vehicle at all, but it'll be okay. And then I got to clean up in that mess up in there. Ugh. All right, guys. I've been under this thing 7 hours today. Filthy. I got a lot of this steering stuff all cleaned, front suspension. I had to wipe some more grease down again. Got a lot of it cleaned up in there. Cleaned it already here twice today, and it's just piles. There's just piles of stuff here. Blow all this off, clean up, sweep up the piles, vacuum. I'm calling it a day today. I worked 10 hours yesterday. I've been under it for 7. I've been out in the shop 9 hours or so. I can't remember. I think I'll be under here tomorrow cleaning for a couple more hours. Oh yeah, real nice. Wires. I think I'll be under here, depending on how many wire wheels I have left, cleaning a little more. Flapper some of this rough, sharp stuff off. Ugh. So when I pull the wheels off, I don't have to do so much. All right, guys. It is Tuesday morning. I don't know. It's like, I want to get the front suspension all cleaned up. I'm pretty clean on it. I got some more work to do up there. Like, you know, I got the back all done. The little groove that goes around where the door closes, they had painted that blue, this blue, and I want to sand that all down too. I want to remove all that paint and paint it black. I think it looks dumb, so only reason I didn't do that when I was painting here is because I was running out of time and I wanted to get it to Palm Springs. I'll go back and do that too, but since I want to get all the mess stuff taken care of under here, I am going to throw the back axles back on here and tires. That way it'll be safe. I want to pull the front tires off and get all that suspension cleaned up, put new shocks on. I could leave it the way it is and throw jack stands under here, but I don't want to risk having this thing fall or anything like that. So I'll just put this back together, and then I'll feel safer about, I'll slide the jack up forward more here and lift it. And then what would work good is it'd be out of my way to weld these first brackets in here I want to get in here. And I probably maybe take those 2 bars back off that go onto the C member. And I might take those off and put weld a nice piece of angle iron in there. Not heavy, but because some of that was rotted out and missing. And I did a fairly nice job, but I didn't replace it because of time crunch. So I probably will go ahead and fix that more, correct better. So if I spend an extra week or 2 on it and get this underside and get that taken care of, is what it is. I just want it the way I want it. All right, so I'm kind of running around trying to get a bunch of stuff done this morning, and yeah, burning time here. But I threw my axle in there. I was gonna put my tire on, I forgot to put the dang studs in. Literally took me like 2 minutes probably to pull that axle. I know I got my kind of crammed in here. I'm just pounding them in. And I was gonna try to use my press, and I couldn't figure out how I could get it situated in there to actually use the press. I originally tried with brass, but I was just kind of beating it up. Going in there with a nice heavy chunk of metal. Trying to hold it nice and flat. All right. There we go. Got 2. Finished the last 3. Put these back in correctly. I can put tires on them now. All right, so we're just gonna throw these back on here quick. All new. I got some new hardened bolt nuts and some new locks. I just had this all on there, pulled it all off because I forgot. I pounded them in. I don't know if press them's better. Didn't know how to press them quite. Everybody said pound them out, and I pressed them out real nice. So you can just tighten them right through there, real nice. And I'm just putting this on just to throw a tire on there. I'm not gonna throw my drums on or nothing. I'm just gonna throw them on there, sit this thing down. Well, I should be working out in the shop, but I went and grabbed the mail yesterday afternoon, and I noticed a chunk of our shingles are missing here. So I am a roofer this morning for a little while. But we'll get her done and we'll get her fixed. And yeah, back in the shop. All right, it's Wednesday. Had a long night last night. I didn't get to bed till like after 10. So here I'm kind of a zombie this morning. I got her all jacked up so I can work on the rest of this under here. Like I said, I got her looking pretty nice so far up in here. I am going to be trying to get a replacement piece for here. Someone might have one, or I'll cut one out of a vehicle here. Don't really want to cut one out of the vehicle here. I got her all, I got him, Blue Boy. Guess I can't call it her. I got it on the stands. I got her shimmed so she's just touching the stands. Jack is locked in at that height, and these are touching. I got a stand over there and a stand back there. Back tires on. Jack's in here. I'm gonna clean this up around here. I have that broken bolt to get out of there that holds the fuel tube, which I pulled out. I mean, look at that. That's the best they could do on a tape job when they painted this thing. Jesus, you know, horrible. I could have taped it better when I was 12. And hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks, Corvair Addiction.